to watch him go through that and not be able to do anything, to take him to see doctors that sometimes we couldn't afford, to try and get an answer, and we couldn't get an answer. We couldn't figure out what's going on. My name is Mari Martin, and I am a full-time caregiver to my son. So my son was diagnosed as ASD, which is autism spectrum, when he was 5. For several years he was considered on the high functioning side, but around the age of 11 he started to show other signs that were not in alignment with the autism spectrum. He started having anxiety, sleep disturbances, started having emotional meltdowns. Then he started developing tics. His pupils would be completely fully dilated. He would go into seizure-like states where he was just black out and start to bite his hand and hit his head. And the first couple of times was shocking, was very upsetting, but eventually it just started happening all the time, twice a day, 3 times a day, daily. And it was very devastating, not just on my son's well-being day to day, but as a family. In 2015 is when we finally saw a doctor in Plano, Texas, and he gave us a name for what supposedly my son had, which was PANDAS. Basically, it was neuropsychiatric issues caused by strep going into the brain. After seeing the shift in my son from the first appointment, we were hooked. My son has gone from beating himself on the daily, beating us up, trying to help him not hurt himself, to not hitting his head on the daily, to wanting to live, to playing basketball, to swimming. We're having to teach him to read all over again because he lost all reading and writing skills. He's reading. He wants to live a full life. He is hungry for it. He's ready for it, and so am I. And I know that we are going to achieve that. I absolutely see it and I believe it. If I would have had any idea about biomagnetism several years ago, that would have made the difference for my child. We would have saved so much time in his recovery. Don't be afraid of what you don't know, and just trust your biomagnetism practitioner, because they really know what they're doing. If you would have asked me this a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I would have been giving you a different answer. I would have been preparing on how we're gonna leave him set up for life. So, but I see it differently now.